Yo guys, what's going on? It's Dueling Unlocked here, and today we're here to talk about the biggest winners and the biggest losers of the WCQ ban list. So without further ado, let's go and get into it. So winner number one, I think this one's going to be pretty obvious here. You have Utopia. The only nerf that they got was to the Catapult Turtle. Of course, that was to address the FTKs, but there's still another FTK around. You guys can go check out my Utopia FTK video if you guys want to see that. So it's still very consistent as well. So even the FTK didn't get addressed. I think this is going to be one of the best decks after the ban list for sure. And of course, they can still play Lava Golem. For some reason, that wasn't taken out. Their skill is completely untouched. So Utopia is going to be a contender in the next meta. I believe that's pretty accurate there. So we're going to go to loser number one. That is going to be Gemini's and Crystal Beast. That is going to be because Lava Golem's still around. They could both Duel and Utopia can play Lava Golem. So Crystal Beast setting up a ton of like different boss monsters isn't going to really help them too much because one Lava Golem interrupts a lot of it. And of course, Utopia rank up Neuron Force or rank limited variance force, whichever one it's called. I believe it's Neuron Force that negates the entire field. That is extremely strong versus both these decks. And another interaction with the Gemini is just really bad at Utopia because they also have the trap, and the trap will also put the stop, or not the trap, but yeah, Gemini trap. The Zexal weapon will negate the trap because it is activated face up, so you can't, because it's activated face up by the skill and not set and can be activated this turn. Even though it's a continuous trap, Eagle Claw will still negate it, so that is very bad. So these decks probably won't be in the meta still because of the ban list, but they were good before, so a little unfortunate for Gemini and Crystal Beast. Now we're going to go into winner number two, and that is going to be Resonators. So Resonators are in a pretty good spot. Shad Dolls were one of its biggest counters here, and because Shad Dolls got nerfed pretty substantially, that means that they're going to be a little bit better, obviously. They were tiered before, but they did fall off right at the WCQ. But now they're back, especially now that Shad Dolls are nerfed. And another thing is, Resonators actually have a really good Utopia matchup. So, and Utopia is going to be one of the best decks in the meta, so I could see Resonators being pretty good in the current meta. So, look out for Resonators this format. We'll have to wait and see about the next box, of course, in July, but we still have a long way till that. So, here we go. Loser number two. This one is expected, and that is going to be Shad Dolls. So Shad Dolls lose access to Resh, which makes them significantly weaker in the grind game. They're still pretty good, but I'd say Resh hit was pretty big. They also can no longer play their floodgates with the dog or the weasel, so that is actually massive here. And for some reason, they're seeing a lot less play. I believe in the latest tournament, Quantum Dailies, they saw absolutely zero play. And they haven't done too well in maybe like one top 32 or top 16 in like the tournament since the ban was. So Shad Dolls are still optimizing maybe, but for now it hasn't been looking too good for them. So we'll have to wait and see. But they did get significantly weaker. Will they still be tiered? Probably, but we'll have to wait. Winner number three is Duel. Basically, there's so many winners because Shad Dolls got hit, so that is a big buff to a lot of these decks. Because with Shad Dolls weaker, Shad Dolls were like warping the format by a lot. So Duels can play Lava Golem, Spear Mode, Nibiru, and ignore that spelling of Nightingale, but Leerless Nightingale. So they can play all the most annoying toxic cards. And then they've actually been doing really well in the ban list tourneys, or post ban list tourneys. I believe they won Quantum Dailies. They've got like top 8, top 4 in Grands. I'm not sure which one they finished. And they also came in second in another Quantum. So Duels have been doing really, really strong. And now they have access to Nadir's Servant, so that opens lines for the Dogmatica package. because they don't really need to go into the extra deck, and that's a lot more easy ways to deal with like a wind and stuff. So I'm just gonna be interested to see if they choose to go the Nadir's Servant package. It is pay to win, so a lot of them, and this is a free to play deck, so you could see it going either way. But yeah, Nouvelles have been doing really good. Loser number 3, that is going to be Tendangles. Tendangles have lost access to Resh because of Shad Dolls. They can only play one Floodgate now because of Shad Dolls. So basically, they got a little weaker because of Shad Dolls, and they got to pay for Shad Dolls even though they're not even meta. So that is why Tendangles are loser number 3. I will say, however, that Tendangles still can do a pretty decent job. They can still play the Floodgate. They can still, even though they lose access to, they still have access to, even though they lose access to Resh, they can still play the Floodgate, is what I'm saying. And I believe someone did Cog with it as well with the Guard Dog. So there's still a deck that like has, I would say, high road. Oh, winner number 4, this one shouldn't be a surprise either. Ancient Gear and Speedroids are going to be doing really well now. They were already performed really well in the WCQ. They didn't get any hits on the ban list, and now I believe they're going to be both top tier with Shad Dolls hit. Ancient Gear is really annoying to deal with. They can have insane survivability by searching their Kiteroid or their Train. And Speedroid's insane going first. They can play around Lava Golem if they go into a matchup that can play it. They can also set up multiple monsters. They can set up a Crystal Clearwing and a Crystal Wing as well. And like they're just insane. Going second, they're absolutely crazy as well because their skill's insane. So both these decks are insane going second. So both these decks are going to be very good this format. I would look out for Ancient Gear and Speedroids. And finally, the next, there's no more losers, so this is the next winners, and that is going to be Salaman, Great, and Subterrors. Obviously, with Shad Dolls nerfed, these decks are going to be pretty, they're going to be a lot better now with Shad Dolls hit. They're both received buffs from the ban list with Salaman Greats getting Foul off the list and Subterrors getting Guru off the list, or not Guru, but Hidden City off the list. So that means they can now, Subterrors can play Limit 3s, and Solids can play Foul now, which is going to be huge. And they were both recently tiered not too long ago, so we're going to see, will the Unlimits make them become tiered again? Who knows? So this format actually is turning out to be pretty interesting post-ban list. Of course, we still have to see how Shad Dolls are going to come back, like if they do, like where are they going to fit into all of this? As well as the new box is like a few weeks away, so we'll see if the new box can play into this. But I think this format actually is pretty good so far. A lot of different deck variety. We'll have to see if it stays that way, or will Shad Dolls come back and ruin the format again? Hopefully not. But yeah, also there were Dragon Maids and Infernities could also be like another winners, but I don't really think they're going to be doing anything this format, that's why I didn't include them. Let me know if I missed any decks that you guys think are winners or losers of the ban list. Basically every deck's a winner with Shad Dolls getting off the list or getting nerfed. So, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed, remember to hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.